It's 94.7 Blair Radio, our nonprofit news brought to us by RVR Bank. Again, fantastic sponsors and partners with us, bringing information about what's happening right here, Blair, Washington County, and the surrounding area. Today, we get the ability to, at least once a month, we need to probably do this more often because there's a lot of stuff going on. City of Blair, Jake Dunn joining us, talking about what is happening here. Thank you for taking a little time for us.
No problem. I know we keep saying it, but summer's getting busy. We probably need to start coming a little bit more often. So.
Yeah, exactly. And, kicked off this past weekend. We'll get into that as the cruise night.
Oh, yeah.
I know that's the topic of your guys' conversation coming up. But, so we'll look back at that and how that all looked and how it all worked. But let's kind of move ahead, taking a look at what's happening around us. I know you guys have a big event coming up tonight.
Yes, the community showcase tonight down at City Hall at the Council Chambers from 6 to 7:30. Washington County, City of Blair, along with UNMC, a lot of partners, strong towns, getting together talking about early childhood learning and daycare and stuff like that. It's showcases tonight just talking about what can improve and strengthen in Washington County. We already have a good core here, but what are the needs that this Washington County and the City of Blair need? And this is the time to come ask questions. The survey got sent out that was done by UNMC, and the study came back that was like 96% said that there's not enough. And Washington County and City of Blair are growing, and with that growth comes more need for childcare and learning and stuff like that.
Well, it's not just childcare, but it's also activities and just different things that be able to provide that service to that age group, that demographic.
Exactly. And this is a good showcase tonight for everybody to come have your voice heard, to see talk about the struggles you may have or talk about the wins you have as well. So really start building on this and working together as a whole county together, not just the city.
Yeah. So again, everybody's invited to be a part of this tonight.
Yes. Tonight, again, at the council chambers at Blair City Hall from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And like always, if you have questions, I'm sure there's plenty of people that are willing to stay later if need be to get the answers done.
Well, there you go. So that's so again, get involved. And that's really the main crux of the whole issue is just get involved, be there.
Always.
All right. So then let's go ahead and jump back. What a night it was. Normally, because it was cruise night this past Saturday night, and it was scheduled to start at 6 o'clock, but that is not what happened, is it?
No. I mean, my family, they went down to junk stock real quick, and my wife and kids came back in town. I think it was about 2, 3 o'clock, and they said blankets were out, chairs were out, and I'm like, we still got a couple hours to go, so you had to be out there early to get it, which is great. I mean, it's great for the city, it's great for the community. It went off pretty well. There was some strain for the public safety agencies, both, fire, EMS, law. You're always going to have some people that are going to test the limits, and you can only do so much, advertising of, hey, please follow the law, follow that, and, bless the law enforcement souls. I mean, both Blair Police Department, we had Washington County Sheriff, and then the Nebraska State Patrol. They had their air units out. Everybody did their best to really keep the event safe, and it went off pretty safely. The City of Blair is working on official statistics. We're going to hopefully get out here within the next week or two. We had our traffic counter out on Washington Street. Rough estimates just early on is, 5,000 cars roughly coming through town, which that adds an influx, and stuff like that. But it's a great event that really kicks off the summer and gets everything going up here, and it's great to see town busy like this.
Yeah, and I always tell people I have 3 favorite things about it. 1 is to sit and watch the cars drive through. 2 is to drive and see all the cars. 3 is to look at the semi-drivers as they pull into town with their eyes wide open going, what in the world is this?
And why am I working on a Saturday night?
But it again, it is one of those things just to remind everybody, it is not like blocking off the street for a parade or anything like that. It is the open road. And so 99% of the population was doing great, did fantastic. It's that 1% that keeps you guys, the law enforcement, the safety and all that, the city busy, isn't it?
Yes, and we're all for growth and all for wanting to make events bigger and stronger. It's just some of the struggles out there was, just being able to navigate the roads. Thankfully, fire and EMS was not busy that night too crazily, but law enforcement had their mishaps where they couldn't get to certain things because the traffic was so bad. And remind people, you got to move over. I understand that you're driving around around for this event, but law enforcement needs their space. They need to get to work. We had law enforcement advising that they're trying to make stops and keep the event safe, and we got people heckling them and stuff like that. It's like, don't ruin it for everybody else.
No, because again, they're there to do a job, and it's to be able to keep you safe. And if you're heckling them, but in 5 minutes you needed them, then again, it's everybody just take that moment, take that breather. It is an event that has grown tremendously, and it has grown unexpectedly large.
I mean, and like I said, the city's excited and everybody's excited. It's a great, and hands down, next time you see an officer from either the Blair Police Department, the Wash County Sheriff, or the State Patrol, make sure you thank them, because what they did Saturday night was God's work at this point, making sure it went off, nobody got hurt, and what they did was amazing.
Yeah. So again, congratulations to everybody involved, and for you guys in the city doing a great job of helping. Kind of, it's like, how do we work on this, and how do we work through this? So that is again. Looking forward to the next one and see how this all works out as we move together.
Exactly.
So then what else? You'll see the next on your list is talking about, and I saw this on your post, you have a naming contest going on right now.
Exactly. You piggybacking off the snowplow contest, it went really well. We had Scoop Dog out and didn't get to go out and plow much, which I'll take that. That's fine. But
makes them last longer.
Exactly. So the city of Blair last year, we really revamped our website and we added an AI chatbot. It's just the way technology is going nowadays, and our communications department is very small, and this chatbot, it doesn't replace anybody, trying to correct some of the information out there. It's not taking a job of any physical person or anything. It's just providing that 24/7 access to information that's on the City of Blair website, and we tie that in with the school's website, Washington County's website, prevalent websites that people would go for that need to, and you can ask it a question, and we still govern it. We still look through the responses it gives. If it can't find something, we teach it. And stuff like that. So we're upgrading to a new chatbot. We've already had one. Again, like I said, we started last year. We're upgrading to basically, in essence, the Cadillac of chatbots. The company we're going with, they're nationwide. They do an amazing job and everything. And so we're upgrading because there's been a lot of use this last year. A lot of people are using the current one we have, and we want to provide the best service to the residents that we can. And so with the naming of Scoop Dog that went so well, we're doing the naming of the chatbot. We want to hear the public and hear some great names, and the top 10 got finalized, and there was a lot of duplicates out there. That's basically what the top 10 is a lot of people had the same idea, and what's going strong so far.
All right, so you can go to your social media, you can go to your website, blairne.gov, and be able to learn more about the chatbot, learn about the contest, and find out what names you're going to be able to vote for, right?
Exactly. Officially launch your vote on the website. I know people are commenting on our social media, but the official votes counted are the ones submitted on the website. You can vote as many times as you want. Voting's live through this week, and then next Tuesday at our May 12th council meeting, we'll announce the name. And one really cool thing that was really a big seller for us going to this company is Laserfish is like sort of the online vault for all of our documents. It's got all of the, city council minutes back from the early 1900s, and this chatbot will be able to rummage through that in essence. That if once we get this up and running, which is hopefully going to be late summer, early fall with this new company, you could type in, what was the mayor of Blair in April 1949, and it'll pull it. It'll take only a minute or so, and it'll pull you that information. And so it's really going to be able to have this information at your fingertips instead of, calling someone at City Hall and having them rummage through some of that stuff. And then that opens up free time for City Hall personnel and the communications personnel to be able to do other things to help, strengthen the city.
Well, and that goes back to helping. It's a great resource when you go to a website and you're like, I can't find what I'm looking for. Click onto the chatbot; it'll guide you right to it. Then,
well, and that's exactly it too. Like we're going to talk about here in a little bit the UTV permits and dog permits, but licenses. If instead of trying to search through the website, which is becoming more user friendly, but if you just wanted to use the quick route of, hey, find this for me, it should pull it right up for you.
Yeah, it'll get right to you, and that way you don't save you time, save everybody time and headache.
Exactly.
So that's good. So that's a chatbot. And then partnering up with Papio NRD, as they have a recycling event coming up for like electronics, right?
Yes, and that's the big thing because we don't take many electronics with the spring and fall cleanup. So we really, Papio and RD took this on. We were very thankful for the partnership with them. So just quick shout out to them. Their event is May 19th from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. All electronics, they're willing to take it. They're recycling it safely, and we're really supportive of that.
Yeah, they're just not taking like large appliances type things.
Exactly.
So, but when it comes your computers, your screens, your cell phones, whatever, if you have a collection that you're like, these are all dead, what do I do with them?
Can't find the charging cord anymore.
Right. It's like, oh, I have pictures on that somewhere. So then we also have a big announcement, which for the city has earned the award again, Tree City USA.
Yes, I mean, so the city of Blair was honored with their Tree City USA accreditation, again, recognition for I believe it's the 43rd year in a row. It's an amazing thing. I mean, you drive around the city of Blair. I know we had a couple storms the last couple of years that sort of attempted to take it away from us, but we're a resilient community, and I mean, we're a beautiful community. I mean, you see trees everywhere. It builds to the trails, the park system we have, and it's a hardworking thing that our parks department's good at. They keep up on all that, and it's a nice honor to have, and it's a shout out to our public works, especially our parks department, for doing an amazing job.
Well, and that also reminds me, the chatbot could help find this. It's like if you are looking to replace trees or plant trees, and some of them may be in the right of way, there's rules and guidances and stuff like that you guys have all available.
Exactly, and that'll be rolling out here over the next couple of weeks with the right-of-way permits for trees and stuff like that. But again, go back to the chatbot and stuff like that. But again, a big shout out again. I can't stress enough to the Parks Department for everything they do to really help us with this recognition. And 43 years strong. Hopefully, here's cheers to another 43 years.
And a lot of that is a lot of work of looking at the trees, at the ecosystem, going, we need to be able to manage this. This tree might be an issue, so we need to get rid of stuff before it becomes an issue, replace it with stuff that can outlive.
Exactly.
So,
and taking care of them and properly disposing, and, like the August 9th storm that came through and decimated a lot of areas, and making sure we clean up before it becomes more of a hazard, and quickly replacing them as well.
Yeah. Which takes time, money, and all that stuff. So.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And then we're getting into summertime. We're wanting the shade from the trees because we go from 80s to 50s and back and forth. Sometime in probably about 10 days, it's going to be like 80s plus for the rest of the summer. But that means more people are going to be out and about with their, walking their pets. They're going to be out and about riding their UTVs.
Yes, I mean, UTVs, and like you said, UTVs and pets are the name of the game, especially with cruise night. A lot of people are out on UTVs. Can't stress enough, UTVs and pets. Yes, the pet licenses were due back in March, but obviously you get new pets, or if you missed it, you can always still come in and license your pets. Various costs. I mean, dogs and cats are your normal pets that people have out there. Those are $18 for the license, and then if you lose their tag or need a replacement, it's $5. But it's all required by law. If you get caught without it, you could face up to $150 fine. So it's definitely worth the $18 compared to $150. And then you go along with the UTVs as well. UTVs are a good way to get around town, maybe avoid some of the congestion out there. And UTVs, you need to get those licensed as well. It's a vehicle of the road, needs to be licensed. You get a nice little, almost looks like a little bit of a license plate. They get a nice big thick sticker on there. It says it's been City of Blair certified. You get it inspected down to Blair Police Department by code enforcement and the police officers down there. They make sure it's street worthy and everything, and then you have to have a flag. But again, it's just some of the due processes out there.
And is there a map somewhere of where you can and can't take your UTVs? Because that, depending upon state or city or county, those are all different regulations.
Oh, yeah. City of Blair website has it. It has the crossings for, obviously we have 4 major highways that come in town, so there's designated highway crossings out there, like you said, with state and federal and stuff like that. So check out the City of Blair website for the official highway crossing map and go forward.
And then we get into more summer stuff, as I know you've gotten a lot of phone calls. We've been talking about this. It's been in our news. The splash pad's opening up the 15th.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Weather permitting. And then the pool opens up.
Yes, the pool is finally going to open Saturday the 23rd. And it's a great thing. Our pool staff's amazing. But it's like the swim lessons are almost like the Taylor Swift tickets we have amazing lifeguard staff and everything that teaches the youth very well, but make sure you're in line early for the early bird and everything, which all that information's on the city website. The pool has their own dedicated page with all the costs It even has the stuff they give out in concessions. The forms for swim lessons, the forms for pool parties and stuff like that. But we're right around the corner, weather permitting for the splash pad. But I'm guessing the 15th is going to be spot on for the Parks Department. And then the pool is set, the 23rd, barring any major disaster.
Yeah. And then early bird, you're talking about that for swim lessons. That is also kicking off on the 15th, Friday the 15th.
Yes. And all that's on there. The pool does only take cash. So if you need to pay like for swim lessons, or if you want to get your swimming family pass or youth pass, you need to come to City Hall. They take credit card there, but the pool does not have the capability of credit cards yet, so it's just cash only up there still. So a reminder, as you're out splashing around this year at the pool, if you want to hit the concession stand, make sure you bring some of the cash or the quarters you got for mowing grandma's yard and stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. And then we go from one big event this weekend. We're a month away from another big event.
And I threw it on here, and I didn't even think about putting notes down. It's like, wow, it's here.
Yeah. So Gateway to the West Days is coming up the first weekend. It starts Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday. But a couple things to keep in mind is that a lot of the same events are going to be happening. You have like the concert in the park on Friday night. You have the parade, but it's changed.
Yes, and that was a big thing I did.
I think we can't talk enough about that.
No, and the parade, the parade is the staple of Blair. That brings in thousands of people, and it's a great thing. And it's moved up to 11 a.m. So, avoid some of that heat because, again, ask anybody, Gateway's always the hottest weekend in Blair of the year for some reason. But moves that up to 11 a.m. to really get the festivities going early that Saturday morning. You still have the car show. Mm-hmm. There's still plenty of things going on, all the same events like you said. But that parade is really sort of that centerpiece that gets the weekend going. Yeah.
So again, get out there and check out the events page for Gateway to the West Days. Make sure that you're where you need to be and you're not sitting down at 1:30 going, "When's the break going to show up?"
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. No, I would not.
No, that would be unpleasant. So, all right. Well, we'll keep talking about Gateway to the West as we have 1 month away from that. So
I'll make sure to come back in a few times.
Yeah, we need to talk more about that one. So, upcoming events tonight is kicking off with tonight.
Yep. So tonight we again can't stress enough the showcase for early childhood education. Take daycare and stuff like that. If you have any inkling that you want to have a say or this is something that affects you in some way, shape, or form, please come to City Council tonight or the council chambers tonight at City Hall and have your voice heard, hear what's the latest and greatest, what's going on. That rolls into tomorrow night is Planning Commission. So all the planning and zoning needs that are out there, if you're interested or you have something that you're keeping an eye on, please come out to the Planning Commission. That's 7 o'clock in the council chambers. Next week is again council meeting, first one of May, so May 12th council meeting. Hopefully we get over another marathon night. But then May 19th, the park board. So park board meets at council chambers at 5:45. That's the park, recreation, and cemetery board. So they do everything with the trails and everything. They're a very interesting meeting to come to as it is. It's always fun because it's always outdoors and stuff like that. They follow up at council chambers with the airport authority. So down at the Blair Airport, if you want to know what's going on and the latest and greatest down there, they meet once a month and they fall right behind the park board at council chambers. And then the library board also meets. They meet over at the library that night. So that's a really busy night, trying to jump around to every place. And then the 26th is city council again, and we got the holidays thrown in. And
yeah. Well, and then that a quick reminder when it comes to the cemetery for the holidays, decorating, check out the Blair's website for the city cemetery to make sure that you follow and abide by the rules and regulations there.
Yes, follow the rules, and it's on the city website. It's on our social media. I don't have the exact dates off the top of my head, but we're getting around with Memorial Day, and everybody.
The 10th is when you can start putting stuff out, but it has to be removed by the 2nd of June.
Yes, and that sounds about right.
So yeah, again, check out our news. We're covering that today too. So
perfect.
So yeah, but anyway, well that's what's happening in the city of Blair. BlairNE.gov is the website to be able to go and be able to learn more about that. Follow. You have a great Facebook page, Facebook presence. You're doing a great job there.
Thank you.
And a great partnership here. So thank you very much for everything you do.
Thank you guys.